Hello everybody, my name is Clement Beeman and I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to create and edit your teacher pages on the website. So if you would open up a browser and go to easttallahasseesd.schoolinsites.com. Once the site is approved and published, then you would reach this page by entering etsd.k12.ms, the same link that you've been using, but for now just use this link. You'll notice in the top right hand corner of the page you have a login link and a register link. If you haven't registered already, click this link to set up your account. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and log in. So once I'm logged in, you'll notice in the top right hand corner I have a create link and I have a link with my username with a drop down next to it. If I hover over it, it opens up more menu items. I'm going to scroll down and click my pages. No pages have been set up right now. What I'm going to do is come up here to the top and create one. So click this plus sign or this create personal page link. The page that appears will pre-populate information for you. Keep everything the same except for page template. We're going to come down and change that to teacher page and then go to the top and click save. So it tells you that the page has been published. All you have to do now is go to the top and click design page. Okay, so this is your teacher page that you're going to be editing. You notice in the top left hand corner you have a link now that says edit page. If you will go ahead and click that link. Each time you create a page or edit a page, it's going to ask for a version label, and I'm going to label it with my subject area and I'm going to put the date behind it. The reason for the version labels is each time you create and save a page, the system will create an archived version of that page that you can always go back to and look at, or just pull up if you want to use it. For now, we're just going to go ahead and click continue. So now we're able to actually edit our page. You'll notice at the top you have a publish link, a preview link, and a cancel link. Publish will go ahead and save whatever changes you make on the page. Preview will allow you to see the page in a new tab without actually saving those changes. And cancel will just wipe out any changes that you made and take it back to the way that the page was set up when you first opened it in that particular session. So if you scroll down, you'll see a lot of little areas that say drop content. I'll explain that in a minute. If you'll look down at the very bottom, you have a content menu that says that has an advanced tab, layout, media, and text. Each one of these links opens up different options for you. These content areas work directly with these drop content areas on the page. Right now, your page has already been set up and pre-populated with information. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and start plugging in information, and I'll explain the reason for the content menu and the drop content areas in a second. So for name, if you hover over it, first off, you'll notice a little sub-menu bar appears up above it. You have a cog for settings that you can click and open up new options. We'll look at that later. You have an option to change background color, and it's a limited amount of colors that you can actually choose from. You can add padding above and below it. You can center it, refresh, and edit this particular area if you want. So I'm just going to double click inside of here, and for the name I'm going to put the name of the subject that I'm going to be teaching, and I'm going to say English 1 or English 2. And for the title field here, I'm going to put my name or the user's name, Jane Doe, and click off of it. Now you have a phone number field and an email field. I don't really like this right here, so what I'm going to do is, for now, I'm just going to delete all of this area that's above courses taught. So I'm just going to come up here and click the little trash can and then click confirm the link, delete. click the trash can and click confirm delete. Okay, and I'll add those back later in a different area on the page. So for now, where I have courses taught, I'm going to change this to, and what I'm going to do now is just set up the page the way that I might set it up if I were a teacher, just to give you ideas on things that you can do for your page. So, and again, I'm pretending that I'm still teaching. I'm teaching English too. So I'm going to label this as week of August 17th through the 21st. And also, you notice when I start typing in this field, I have a text editor just like you would have in Word, where I can change the text to bold or italicized. I can left justify it, center it, so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to give it a heading of 3. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to type out my schedule for the week. Let's say Monday, Tuesday. Actually, I'm going to make them all caps. Monday, and Friday. And I'm going to put assignments. I'll put classwork. And I'll put homework. Okay, so I'm just going to put some sample content in here. Let's say we're working on Julius Caesar. Well, let's say I'm going to do review. That's what we're going to be doing in class. And for the homework, I said we're going to read Act 3, Scenes 2 and 3 of Julius Caesar. Okay, and I'm gonna come add some space between all of this. So for Tuesday, classwork and homework. And I'll explain why I'm actually going through the process of setting this stuff up. Let's say for classwork, we're going to discuss, copy this. I'm going to do Control C or Command C to copy this and paste it here. And then for my homework, I'm going to do, let's say, assignment 1. And for the rest of the week, I'm just going to copy the same thing I have. So for Friday, my classwork is going to be download and complete test 1. Okay, so let's preview it and see how it looks. You'll notice when you click preview, it opens up a new tab up here at the top. And that looks okay to me, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to actually publish it, meaning I'm going to save it. So now if someone comes to my page, this is what they're going to see. But I'm not finished editing it yet, so I'm going to go back to edit page. Again, it's going to ask for a version label, and I'm going to enter the same label that I had before. It's okay to put the same version label. It's still going to keep a running tab of all the different changes. This will just help me understand, okay, these were the changes that I made on this particular day. If you look at the archives link, you'll see the previous page that we just created. Alright, so we're doing a new page draft, so I'm going to click continue. Now you can play around with color a little bit, which is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to click on the days of the week and bold it and make it, I'm going to make it blue. Just be careful with your colors. You don't want to put a light color text on a light color background because it's going to be hard to see. So I'm going to make it just going to make it blue. You'll notice whenever I select a color, that color is going to stay there unless I change it. So I'm going to bold this, color it blue, Do the same for every day of the week that I have right here. Bold in. Friday. So let's say you have some documents saved on your computer that you created in Word or downloaded from the internet that you want your students to be able to download. What you can do is, if it's already saved on your computer, we're going to come here and add it on the page so that students can download it themselves. So what we're going to do is come down here to your content menu, click media, and click documents. And you're going to take this documents folder, click it and drag it and drop it where you want it to go. And I'm going to rename it to assignments and tests and save it. Okay, so if I come to this little cog now and click settings, go to manage documents, and I'm gonna add a file. Now I added some files earlier, but let's say if you want to add more, all you have to do is add file. I'm sorry, click the upload link and then select the files that you want to save. So I'm gonna, what else? Okay, so I had 2 assignments here already, and I added one more, Shakespeare assignment 2. Alright, so let's say you want to add all 3 of these to your page. Just click all the ones that you want to add, click OK, and then click Save. And it's going to drop all 3 of those assignments right here. If you want to go in and just add another one or take some away, you can. Just click the little Settings tab, click Manage, and click whatever you want to take off. So let's say if I don't want to do assignment 2 just yet, I'll delete it, save it. So now only these 2 assignments appear. So let's go to the top and preview. So I have my class schedule here, I have my homework listed, and I have my assignments down here at the bottom. So I can say for homework on Wednesday, do assignment 1. If I want to add another assignment, that's fine. Just come down here and add assignment 2, so on and so forth. So if I click the Julius Caesar test 1, it's going to try to open it up in my default word processing program. Alright, so let's go back to our page, and I'm going to publish so that I can save these changes. But I'm going to continue editing, so I'm going to go back to edit page, create a version label. And you'll notice now if you have create from archives, you have 2 different versions that we created. Continue. And we're going to add more content to our page. But for now, let's go to our profile and change our profile picture. So I already downloaded a picture on my desktop from the internet. This picture, where is it? This picture right here is a stock picture. And you'll notice it has the little their tagline on it. I don't want to use that tagline, but that's no problem. Because I can crop it out. If you come to the picture, click it, click your little settings tab. This is the URL of that particular image. I'm just going to come over here and click these 3 little dots. That's going to open up my image library. If I click upload and find that image that I want to use, if I click it and click open, it's going to drop it into my library. If I select it by clicking it and come over here to the preview, you'll notice a little crop image at the bottom. If I click that, then it's going to allow me to edit my image and only show the part that I want to show. So if you have an image that you like where you're maybe it's other people in the picture or something that you want to take out of it, you can use this to kind of cut the picture down to where you want it. And once you have it where you like it, click apply. And now if you want to add it to your page, go up to the top and click OK. Now, if this already has staff typed into it, but if it didn't have an alternate tag, if you tried to save it, it's not going to let you. It's going to say caption required. I'm just going to put my name, the user's name, Jane Doe, and click save. Alright, so now the picture appears on the page. And let's say I want to go back and add my phone number and my email address to the page. If I come down here to the bottom and click, I'm going to click media, and I'm going to grab, I'm going to click text, and I'm going to click this icon link. That's because I want to, let's say I want a phone number on the page, but I want a little icon next to it, a little icon of a telephone. I can do that here. So I'm going to grab icon, click it, drag it to this drop content box, let it go. And it's going to open up a library of all these little icons that I can use on my page. And since I'm doing the phone number, I'm going to put phone in, let's say, I'll use this one. Alright, so now it's selected. Even though I didn't finish typing out the whole word, it still is selected. If I go to advanced settings, my text label is here. So I want to put my phone number and click save. So now my phone number appears with the little icon next to it. And also I'm going to put my email address. So I'm going to go down here and grab icon again, click it, drag it to drop content, and I'm going to put email. And you'll notice there's not an email icon. That icon is actually an envelope. So I'm going to click this. So if you want to put something on the page and you search for a term and it doesn't pull up, you might want to search for another similar term, or just scroll down the page and look at the images that they have available and see if you can find one that you like, and then just click it. But again, I'm going to do envelope and advanced settings again so that I can put my email out next to it. So jdoe at k12.org. Save it. And this icon is mighty small, so I'm gonna change that one to I'm gonna use this one. Save. It's a little easier to see, so I'm gonna preview it. And that looks okay, except it's kind of squished together. So I'm going to give it a little spacing. So this is not, all that important, but well, it is. It's not as important as the content that you're putting on the page, but you still want your work to look neat when someone comes to it, your page. So I'm going to click on, first off, I'm going to click on the picture and I'm going to add some space above it and below it. So I'm going to click 30 pixels here. And if I preview that, that's fine, but it's a little, these two are still kind of close together. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to add a little pixel space in between that. I'm going to reduce the pixel size that I had here. I'm going to take it, instead of using 30, I'm going to do 15 and preview it. Okay, and that looks a little bit better. It's a little easier to read. That way, when students download these assignments, if you want them to upload it or email it to you, they can attach it to an email and they have your email address right here to grab. Okay, so now my page is starting to kind of take shape. Let's say you want to go in and add a video about Julius Caesar, about whatever topic that you're working on, or whatever skill subject you're working on for that week. You can come down here to the bottom and click media and click this video icon and drag it to where you want it to go. I'm just going to put it right under my profile for now. And it's going to open up this little video box where you can put in information about the video, the the video source. Let's say I'm going to grab one from YouTube. All I have to do is put the video ID or the URL from that video. So I'm going to go to YouTube. I already have a video picked out, one about Julius Caesar. So what you would do is click share, and in the little box that pops up, copy, just double click and copy, or you can just click the copy link. Scroll back to the page and paste it in this area. Save it. Now it's not going to appear on this screen, but when you preview the page, you'll see the video has been embedded. And I don't want, let's say you want to change it from video player, you want it to say something different. You can come down, click the little cog, change video player to Julius video. Save it. Now it's up above the video. You can also, you can grab an icon, drop that content, drop it in that content field. Let's say you want to do a camera. Then go to advanced settings, and whatever text you want it to say, I'm going to say watch. I'll just say Julius Caesar video. I'm going to put that hyperlink right here, and I'm going to click open it in new window. Save it. So now you have the same video, except now it should take you to a new page when you click it. So if you don't want this video box on your page, but instead you want to click on it and go to it in a separate window, when you click it, it'll open up a new tab to that same video. Alright, and let's see, we're going to go ahead and just close some of this other stuff out. I'm going to save the page by publishing it, and then I'm going to go back into it and edit it. English 2. Continue. Alright, so what we're going to do now, you notice down here at the bottom you have a bio section. You don't have to use this, but if you want to, you can. So let's say I'm gonna go ahead and use it, and I'm gonna type some information. Let's say my education experience. And I just said more about me. So if you just want to share some information about you, you can. You can put your information about your college degrees, your experience. It's maybe your first year teaching, or you may, whatever information. For now, I'm just going to put just anything. And let's make this bold. Bold. Give some space. Alright, let's preview it. Alright, and that looks okay, but you can, let's say you don't want this right here. Instead, you want it to go up under your profile picture or somewhere else on the page. You can take different elements and move them around. So let's say this video, you can click it and drag it to another area, and then it'll allow you to, I'm going to have to reduce the size of my screen a little, and I'm going to come and grab this box, and I'm going to drop it under, I'm going to drop it right here, because this Julius Caesar video, I'm just going to delete it since I have it over here anyway. So I'm just going to delete that. So Control plus or Command plus on your computer if you want to zoom in and zoom out. I'm going to preview it. Okay, and I might think that's a better spot for it, maybe. So I'll just leave it there for now. Last thing I want to go over is your calendar down here at the bottom. You'll notice you have 3 columns down here. Again, you don't have to keep this, and you have a calendar right here in the middle. I'm going to grab this calendar and let's see, I'm going to click on it, grab it, and I'm going to drop it in this big drop content area right here so that I can have a full size menu. A full size calendar on the page. These other items, I'm just gonna delete this entire row. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to go over, one of the last things, is just adding content to your calendar. You'll notice on the little menu that appears above it, you have a little plus sign where you can add different events. Okay, so I'm going to create a new event. Let's say I'm going to have a test next Friday on Julius Caesar. So I said test 2 on Julius Caesar. I'm going to set it for Friday the 21st at, I just do 10 o'clock. And the end time will be same date on, let's say I said 10 o'clock, so I'm going to make it at 11 o'clock. Test to be over. So I have to give some more details about it. I'm just going to paste the same thing in there. If you want to give some more detailed information on what they need to be studying, like if you want to focus on plot and conflict or just whatever, you can put those details here. If you try to save it right now, you're going to get an error because you have to have an event group associated with your events. So if you go to event groups right here, nothing is set up. You don't have an event group yet. So just add a new one. And I'm going to name this test. Submit it. So now if I select this and save, it should appear on the calendar. Sometimes it doesn't, and I have to do it a second time. So I'm just going to close it out and look at it and see. So it didn't appear. I'm going to go back, click the calendar, click inside the calendar, click the settings, go to my groups, and click it one more time. You don't have to do anything with security. Just go ahead and save it. Now it should appear on your class calendar. And you can, if you know ahead of time that you're going to have a test every Thursday or every Friday or whenever, you can set it up. You can just sit down in one session and just populate your calendar right then and there. So you don't have to, you can just flip to the next month and choose your test date whenever you want and just add it to your calendar and save it. Just remember to add an event group to it before you save it. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully this has been helpful. I think once you all play around with it and really just kind of just get familiar with the system, that it will be real helpful to you and your parents and your students. You can always add information about any Google Meets, or if you're using Clever or any other programs that you're working with. It's just a good place to put the information that you want to share with your parents and with your students. You can log out just by hovering over your name and clicking the log out link. And if you want to, when you get ready to log back into the site, just click log in. And when you want to come to your page, just hover over your name, click my pages, and then click on your name here, Jane Doe design page, and that'll take you right back to your page. So again, thank you for your time. I'm going to ask you to do me one favor. If you would, go down and click the subscribe link. It's not for me, it's for the ETSD YouTube channel. Once we reach 100 subscribers, we're able to get a custom URL with YouTube. So it could be youtube.com/ETSD instead of the random letters that they assign to us by default. So if you would, just click the subscribe button. Thanks again for your time. I pray you all have a blessed school year. Take care. Have a good one.